working, and the camera's not even working on here anymore. Weird. Let me see if I can plug it real quick. I'd like to have some evidence. Like my face, they try to say it's AI, some bullshit. I don't know. The camera I'll turn on. I'll unplug and plug it back in. I just called the sheriff's office. They confirmed that the bike's at Wild Horse number 2. And then I said, well, is there any chance I could try to get in contact with the sheriff to let him know of a legal notice that traffic infractions are civil and administrative. They're not criminal. They're being improperly filed, and they're no longer, if they ever was, grounds for seizure and arrest alone. It's a violation of rights and whatever. Oh, well, he's not here this week. They transfer me to the... It's not. So now, tow company. Let's see if we can find a valid number for this Wild Horse 2. And now I know the Wild Horse 1 people, the Pinch people and all that, so hopefully they're not argumentative like this other one. Clearly we filmed them, and we went down there and they told me off, and I was being very polite. Escalated then. Yes, I'm sorry. My name is Nathan Caffey. I think my new bike just got impounded, and I was just trying to find information. If Wild Horse 2, they said where that is and what I can do here. Oh, hang on a second. I just turned the volume down. I'm sorry. There we go. I believe it was like the 7th, but I could be wrong. Like a few nights ago, just a couple nights ago. And it was... Go ahead. Yes, ma'am. Wild Horse 2 and Vian. I just looked for the... I typed in Wild Horse 2, and this was the number that came up, so I don't know. Kawasaki Vulcan is the model and the make of 2006. It's got a dent in the tank.
Yes, sir. The owner just came in and he verified that it came into our van yard. It was up north van.
Right, I just purchased it off of him with a bill of sale and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't know what to do.
Okay. Are you wanting to pick it up today?
I'd like to pick it up, but I'm on disability. I can't really afford it, and the tow was unlawful. So I mean, I'm just, I have a true bill here that usually they take at other tow companies, or they just kind of don't want to legally escalate it. But I mean, I was engaged in the right, and I just have a little bad cop that's harassing me, and me being on disability, if it's too much, I can't afford it. But if not, I might be able to. So I was just wanting to see what we can do. I don't want to have to in a federal suit for the other court wouldn't look at the law and the things about traffic infractions not being enough for seizure alone and things like that. Most companies understand that, and they don't want to be tied at the hip 5 months, but it's been 7 months with the one in Tahlequah, and they finally got served. So I don't want to do all that. I just want to try to figure out why I'm being targeted by this officer, which is unrelated to you, and I'll figure that out when I have this meeting with the sheriff. But yeah.
We are unrelated. We just, when they call us in rotation, then we do go pick up the vehicle. But that would be a question for them, why you're being targeted.
Well, I mean, I understand that, but it's just the fact that, you guys identify as the state of Oklahoma for impound purposes or whatever, and under the color of law, and y'all don't understand all that. But yeah, that's just all it is. I beat this type of charges every time in court, which makes the impound invalid, which, it's costing me and my grandma a lot of time and money. I mean, if I'm just going to beat it in court after the fact, I pay it to get it out, because after a few months they sell it. So I just don't want it to be sold and assume that I'm abandoning the property, because I'm not. I'm not purposely leaving it there. It's just by force that I either have to pay the ransom or they just keep it and claim that I abandoned it and left it like leaving it at a McDonald's. I just wanted to clarify that that's not the case, and I'm trying to do what I can.
Okay, sir. Let me get your name and number, and I'm going to have Peter give you a call back. He's the customer service.
Right on. It's only been 3 days. I haven't got all the paperwork. The government shut down and we filed for a new title and they weren't sending them out. But I got the bill of sale and his insurance, but it was verified that the bike was good with the officer and all that stuff. So I appreciate it. I didn't know it was going to be this big of a deal.
Okay, and what is your name, sir?
My last name is C.A. or Charles Andy Frank Earl Young. That's Caffey. And the first name is Nathan. Nathan.
Nathan Charles?
Nathan Caffey. Caffey. Charles Andy Frank Earl Young.
Gotcha. And what's a good phone number for him to reach you back at?
This one here, 918-351-4341. And did he already pay to get it out or something?
Okay, are you the registered owner on it?
Registration's irrelevant. I believe it's the title and bill of sale that changes ownership. And I looked up the state statute and a title and a bill of all that. I got the bill of sale here. I'm in the middle of transferring ownership. I haven't even got the bike to my house yet to finish the paperwork. And they seized it. So, I mean, it's been like a day and a half maybe. And that happened since I signed the bill of sale. So I didn't get anything else from the mail. It's coming in.
Okay. I'll have Roger give you a call back on that.
All right. And any is it's I appreciate it.
Okay, bye-bye.
So, for the record, I just bought this bike, and she's obfuscating over the fact I had to get it from that little bit as a legal notice, but clearly the previous owner who's still registered, right, on the registration, which is irrelevant, it's a separate department in government than titles. You got the title department, and the or whatever, and the registration department. If you go and call around, they will tell you that. But are you the registered owner? Ma'am, I'm trying to purchase this bike off of him. I'm waiting for the title to get all that stuff. Registration is irrelevant to transfer of ownership. I believe that's the title and bill of sale and all that stuff, ma'am. You know, I mean, I understand she's doing her job, but she can't supersede private property laws. It's like, look, ma'am, I'm already in federal court, tied at the hip. It's an unlawful tow. I'm being targeted, and I'm about to have a meeting with the sheriff about it to get this resolved. So I can't afford it. I'm on disability. If it's too much, I can't pay it, and I'll have to sue in federal court like I'm doing with the other one. Just here in Tahlequah, and they're tied at the hip for 6 months, and I don't want to do that with you guys simply just because you can't validate the tow. I understand you're doing what the officers tell you to do, but you guys are also liable in a law change. So they said they're going to have this guy call me back, the previous owner. And I hate to do this to you, brother, but I'm going to have, at least privately, at least for temporarily, just have to have a copy. That I received your phone call, and that's not at all what I'm trying to do. And to you, sir, I'm sorry. But, no, they're targeting me, and they've been doing this for the past few months. I just got this bike. I try to live like a normal person. I'm not harming nobody. I pay my bills like everyone else. I do what's required, and then what's not required, I don't do. So, with that being said, I'm going to end this stream with 8 minutes so I can just rip it, download it as a video, and then put it up there. This is my footage. I missed the sheriff's office thing. I kind of described what happened. They gave me this information. I contacted the available number for Wild Horse Towing 2, which I think it just goes back to Wild Horse, the original place. So, yeah. Not attacking you lady that runs the dispatch there, or anybody at Wild Horse Towing, as I know these people went to school with their kids. This is not a diss. Your ignorance is no excuse of the law. And again, it's not a diss. We understand that you're ignorant and don't have the lawful semantics, or you haven't studied the law, and the semantics are not qualified to understand it. But now's your chance to understand it, because I don't have time for court. We can't afford the gas anymore. The economy's screwed. So, yeah, I was your neighbor, brother. Hopefully we can work this out and prevent an escalation because you guys don't make it past court. Most tow companies just give them their car back. They'll cut a check real fast, even on top of that, to avoid escalation so they don't have a bad record or bad reviews, or they just settle in court because an instant motion dismiss to deflect doesn't do anything. I just counteract that with that doesn't rebut the problem. That doesn't rebut my facts here that they're breaking the law. Just doing my job. The police are ordering you guys to break the law and steal private property, supersede private property rights under the color of law, acting as I even told you, act as the state of Oklahoma for impound purposes, which is a corporate fiction under the color of law. And I understand you don't know what all that means, but basically what that means is you're a private company. You can't identify as like a company that's masquerading as government, the state of Oklahoma, and then still be at the same time wild horse towing. So just want to get that out there because I've studied this for 10 years. I'm a constitutional law scholar and civil rights advocate. I go by the pseudonym DJ Dyko, but you know me, Nathan Caffey 55. I just said my name. So yeah, I appreciate it. Subscribe. I don't want to sue the entire county. Please, Larry Lane, let's get this figured out. And yes, it will tap into the revenue, and you'll have to do something else, which hopefully it's not violating our rights some other way. You're just going to have to deal with it like the rest of us are dealing with it. Sorry, brother. So yeah, I got the bill of sale here. I paid the guy $1,000, and I got 2 witnesses that seen it, that I had go with me. They seen me handing the cash, and we signed the bill of sale. It's right here in my hand. The camera's not coming on now, but here, I'm hitting it on the table. I can show it to you. He wrote it on notebook paper. It matched I'm pretty sure it matched the ID on the, so anyway, yeah. He's probably pissed right now, and I don't know what's going on. So, yeah. You guys need to heed my warning. This is just a record for video purpose in case you try to say what I said wasn't true, or that I never said that, or I never got in contact with you guys. I'm rejecting your unlawful invoice because an invoice means a commercial transaction. It's just like an invoice at the hardware store. They can't force me unless I got the tools and I've built, you know what I'm saying? If I never went to that hardware store in my life, they can't kidnap me on the side of the road or steal my car and then force me to pay their invoice. That's all this is, man. And your boss should know this by now, and probably will tell you just to ignore me. And that's 2 lawsuits at one time is just a heart attack on a button. I can't do it by myself. I'm gonna have to get professional pro se litigants to help me. This is a lot of it's even over my head. So you know, I don't want to shut down your business. I don't want to come for your business. I understand you do things every day, and most people just to consent and agree and sign the contract and pay the ransom. But I can't do that. On behalf of all the people who can't afford it, that get their shit stolen for no reason, and then they prove it's unlawful, or they get the charge dismissed, this, that, and the third, and yet they still have to fork up sometimes over time. It racks up to tens of thousands plus of dollars that we don't have. We're broke. Look at the poverty rate. It's increasing. Look at the poverty line. There's no middle class anymore. It's just broke versus the rich. They stole the money and kept what they can, thinking it's going to keep them a little longer than us. And then when it goes crashing down for both of us, they're going to be like, well, I can come home now, right? Fuck you. No, we're probably going to murk you, sir. That's some bullshit. They're going to think like that after it collapses. So we're in the biggest collapse ever in a long time here in America, probably the biggest one in American history. And yeah, all the banks are running with their tail in the wind, and we need you guys to stand up with the people. So it's whatever. This is Robin, my video call, Robin Record, or sorry, Wild Horse Towing number 2, probably the one with the dispatch, I don't know. So, yeah. I can provide the laws and everything like that. What is it? Obstruction, a traffic infraction, them detaining me, all this other stuff, right? It's not enough. No license, no registration, unsafe operation. It's not enough. They have to just give me a fix-it ticket. They can't arrest me for unsafe operation unless it risks somebody else. But I was literally down the road from my house, and I had a new tire ready to order, new ignition, because now I have to pay all this money. I have to pay bail. They're threatening me with fine, which I will beat these tickets, man. You can look it up, look at the law, I can beat these tickets. So I'm not paying you guys if I'm going to beat the ticket. I'm only required to pay you guys if it's a lawful impound and I'm being convicted. Otherwise, if it's unlawful, I can challenge it with a post-tow hearing, which they will reject and try to obfuscate me from, and I'll have to sue you guys for not giving me my redress. I'm currently doing that with GRDA police in Robbins, Wrecker, and Tahlequah at a federal district court of Eastern Oklahoma, Muskogee, and got ready to get the Supreme Court for a for a review if they try to strawman me again, which they're not. They're serving you guys. They just served the tow company last week after 6 months. Took forever. Your guys tied at the hip. I don't want to be tied at the hip. Most people just pay it and move on. Well, I can't afford it, and I've learned 10 years. I've learned this stuff for 7 years. I didn't learn this stuff 7 years for nothing. I didn't waste day and night studying this crap and get in this movement to prove that you guys that they don't care about the Constitution and our rights, that they want to generate revenue. Well, I don't have to help them generate revenue. I don't have to give revenue to a private business unless I got a service from that business. And I'm not getting service. I'm getting my rights violated. So I'm having to pay them to violate my rights. That's unlawful at the highest level. It violates the federal code, the United States code, the Constitution, Title 18, subsection 241, 242, where you act under the color of law to violate my private property rights or any other constitutional rights with a statute that says you have to have. Well, hang on, what statute even says that it's required? Because I looked it up, I couldn't find it. Required to have a license and registration to get the property. It's not. I can do an affidavit of non-use where I can travel in the private off down the road to my house. I just can't do nothing but call the cops at the very most. At the very most, have the sheriff attempt to do something. But I'm telling you, it's time we need Larry Lane out here. And I'm going to have a meeting. I've done that. I called them today. Said, hey, I just need to notice. I want to have a meeting. I gave them, so I don't want to sue the county like they're doing in a bunch of counties countrywide for the same thing. But traffic infractions are illegal at the very least. They're civil and administrative, not grounds for arrest alone, not grounds for seizure of car, private automobile, or bikes. They're doing that for revenue generation only, and that's outside the scope of the law and the authority of the law and who it applies to. Those laws regarding registration apply to people with valid registration or that have had valid registration. The valid registration is in the other guy's name, and I'm planning on transferring it to mine, at very least, transferring it to my name to cancel it. You have the right to cancel registration under the Motor Vehicle Theft Prevention Act. I can cancel it and remove the decal and tag at any time. It's a voluntary program, it says. It says throughout the program that you need to tell us it's a voluntary contract that we're signing, that we're agreeing to extra rules. Cop can pull us over any time on the roadway, even if we didn't do anything unlawful in the roadway. It says that multiple times. So there's all these new rules that only apply to Motor Vehicle Theft Prevention Act recipients or people that are a part of their state associated state registration programs that are underneath that. And that's why every state, every time they change the rules of the law or they add or take something away registration-wise, they have to change the tag because that's in the federal law that governs it all, the Motor Vehicle Theft Prevention Act. It put the standard. So read it. Just read it. Just read it throughout and see how many times it says voluntary and it says withdraw, or we can withdraw anytime, withdraw consent, or withdraw from the program. It's right there in the U.S. Code. It's right there in the Code for the Motor Vehicle Theft Prevention Act. Cornell.edu, one of the largest law schools. It's not just some conspiracy. You can look at it on the largest law school website and confirm this information with your attorneys from me. And I'll try to say this isn't true. One case in the 1880s or 1800s, in that case is bull crap. Rodriguez, what was it? I don't know. I haven't. But yeah, that case is just a load of crap. The stare decisis for decades, if not 100 years after that. Cook that one case. Chevron being overturned. Cooks the three-letter agencies. They're gone. They're supposed to be gone. A lot of them are gone. EPA has no authority. The IRS is gone. The state's been empty. They're firing people. Well, they're not empty. They're doing something somewhere else. But yeah, the CIA building, gone. So I don't know. My name is Nathan Cavi. This is my legal record here. I don't want to sue you guys in the county like I'm doing elsewhere. About to get 100,000. What happened? Huh? Probably that trash can. I'm about to dump it out.
What'd they say?